Hello and welcome to What's On January 2026. Can you believe it?
Wow, 2026. It's not the new year yet, but we're about to tell you what we're doing in January. So, to get yourselves ready for Tuesday nights and Fridays when the audio version comes out. So we're starting off with a talk that was given by Peter Mackay, who is the current Macker of Scotland, and he gave it at the last Independence Forum meeting, which was in Glasgow. You and I were both a bit ill at the time, so we didn't go to it.
Yeah.
But we watched it online. It's just such a beautiful talk.
It's gorgeous. It's lyrical, as you would expect from a poet. This was part of the whole day's event that the Independence Forum for Scotland put on, and we'll put the link underneath that podcast when it comes out, so you can watch the whole day if you want to. Obviously, they've shared it with us. They've said, share it out as you like. It's not going to be a premiere. It'll go live at the normal premiere time, though, of 8:00 on Tuesday, the 6th of January.
Do you remind me what it's called? It's called
What's It Like to Be a Scot? And it's very personal account of what it's like to be a Scot.
Well, it is very personal from his point of view, but it really, it certainly resonated with me when he was talking about it. It was just, so it's great. Okay, so that's a good start, a really good start to the
really nice start to 2026.
Yeah.
And then the following week, we've got somebody who's becoming a regular guest on the podcast, and he's always great when he comes on, is data analyst Stuart Donald. And we got Stuart involved because this is a bit of a story here. I'd noticed on Bluesky there was a group called Inequality News who are posting a graph a day about the impact of inequality on a whole range of things.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting stuff. We thought, we wanted to speak to Stuart anyway because we had a few questions for him. We thought, I bet he'd like to see these and tell us about them. We got him on the show, and then we just chat about the graphs.
That's great.
I have to say it was a bit of a challenge to do the audio-only version of that episode, as you can imagine. But I think it works okay because I've done a little bit of description of what's in the graphs, and I got James, my son, to listen to it without having seen the show, and he has drawn what he thought the graphs looked like based on the description of the podcast, and he's got it pretty much right. So I'm well impressed with that.
That's good. So we're calling this one's called The Hidden Costs of Inequality.
Yeah.
It is an eye. I mean, you found these graphs, you came across them. I mean, they originally come from a group that's called Inequality Trust, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
It's two people in particular who've been producing the graphs and publishing them. The kind of knock-on effects from the way that, such a small proportion of people in our country, but actually worldwide, own such a huge proportion of the wealth, completely out of perspective. And then what happens from that? Stuart was very happy to talk about it because he's been thinking along those lines. But apart from that, it's not something you see very much of on mainstream media.
Some of the links between inequality and other aspects of society are really surprising as well. That's why we've called it the hidden effects.
Yeah.
Some of them are obvious. Fascinating. Don't miss that one if you're at all interested. If you want to see three geeks talking about graphs, that's the one to be at.
Yes. And Hash Stumble, folks, is one of our regular listeners and what tunes into the premieres most weeks, actually. So, Hash, we also put some of the questions that you posed about proportional representation and the effect it might have on an independence kind of push, and we put your doubts about it, your questions, to Stuart, and he's pretty well answered them actually. So tune in for that.
The third week, and possibly the fourth as well, it might be a two-part of this, and we'll just see how it goes. As you know, most of last year there's been so many different attempts at progressing routes to independence, and one by one they all seem to have run into roadblocks, really. But we've been doing our best to follow them. We've covered the ICCPR, the Civil and Public Rights Petition that Leah Gunn Barrett and Andy Anderson were telling us about. We also have covered Graham McCormack's 9 Steps to Independence and how he thinks it should go. We have touched on the colonisation, and we had invited Alfred to come along and chat to us about that. He's not been able to do so as yet. Maybe we'll get him in future. And the most recent one is the Holyrood committees. Is there any legal way of having a referendum?
Yeah, so this was the Constitutional Committee at Holyrood.
Constitutional Committee. Yeah. And then the other thing was that the Independence Forum for Scotland, it was quite a major part of their discussions on the day, was around all those things and other ideas of how we could make progress. Aileen McHarg was there as well, and we thought it's maybe just a good time to take stock where all these various attempts have got to. And then the other part of that is we have John Swinney's approach, which
majority of SNP, SNPs, which you and I have had grave doubts about, couldn't understand why they were going along that line ever since it started. So a lot of talk a bit about that.
And there was some what seemed to me to be shift in that position as well on the Holyrood Committee. So we just thought we'll try and tie up quite a few of those ends.
We've got a date to talk to Leslie Riddoch about her latest film about Finland, which is not available publicly yet, but it will be very soon. Certainly will be into January. It's going to be shown in cinemas, and after that she is hoping that it will be picked up by Yes Groups and have showings of it. So we contacted Leslie and said, do you want to come on and can we talk to you about it? And she's going to meet up with us I think it's about the middle of January. So by the time it goes out, it might be the end of January, maybe even into February, but we'll see. So looking forward to that.
Always good. And having been to Finland as well, it's always interesting.
Well, you have, I haven't.
I have, yeah. Well, I've sent you back footage of their recycling
you did.
system.
Yeah, I saw all about how wonderful recycling systems they have. Not the only wonderful thing in Finland, but
no, not by any means. There's many wonderful things. A couple of other things for January is 25th. Got to see the idea of doing a poetry afternoon. It's free. There's tickets online. I'll put the link in the notes to this.
It's an online meeting, isn't it?
It's an online meeting of poetry recitation for Burns Day. What could be nicer? Yeah. And I always think they do some really imaginative events. Don't always get it out to a very wide audience. So if you like poetry, particularly if you like Burns, then that'll be a great opportunity to support them, as well as get a free afternoon of enjoyment. And as well as that, just look out for TikTok if you're on TikTok, and YouTube Shorts if you like those, because we've been posting a lot recently. We've been trying to do 5 or 6 shorts or TikToks from our main episodes that we put out, plus some extras. So if you like just little bite-sized chunks, you can have a taster and see if you want to listen to the whole thing.
Do that. I've just put one up. I just put one up today, which was a clip from a podcast of ours a week or so back.
Stuart McHardy. Oh, that was a brilliant one.
Stuart McHardy, and it's about the kayak. So the old woman and her wool and her axe and her young man, whom she was very fond of.
Fascinating.
Yes, and the one, by the time you're listening to us talking, the next one will be out, and it's about Corrie Vrecken, the big whirlpool, 3rd largest in the world. And you might think it'll be because of something geologically. It'll probably be a big sharp bit of rock under the water, and that'll be what's making it happen. Well, no, sorry, it's not that. No. It's the breath of the goddess.
The goddess.
She's still breathing, although she's under the water, and that's what the Corrie Vrecken is.
Kayak, if you're not a Gaelic speaker, means
old woman.
So we're a couple of kayaks.
We should rename the podcast. We rename it Kayak Podcast. Hope you have a very good Christmas and New Year when it comes in, and we'll see you after the break, as it were.
We'll see you after the break.
January. Yeah.
Catch you later.
Bye then.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to make sure you're following us and subscribe to us, then you get notified every time we put something new out, so you don't miss anything. That would be great. Also, you can click the little bell if you're watching on YouTube.
And sign up for our mailing list. You can do that from the website, and we always send one out at the beginning of each month to tell you what's happening. Last but not least, you can buy us a coffee on coffee.com.